Hey, what's up, guys? Old Painless here, and I have another review for you today. And we are looking at the oversized KO of MP08, which is MP Grimlock. And in this case, they labeled him as Reximus Prime, the Dino bot commander, labeled appropriately MP 2.0. So basically, this is the Takara model, upsized or upscaled to a what I think most people would deem the appropriate masterpiece scale. He's a big boy. I wish I had the MP08 model to show you side by side. I never actually bought that because I did think it was too small and I wasn't really collecting when it first came out. So don't really have any comparisons there, but I'll have plenty of other comparisons to show you in the video in just a little bit. This is actually the comic book colors, so you don't actually have the true deep black on the head, the legs or the hands or the weapons. They do have sort of that off blue color there instead. But instead, you are getting, instead of the deep gray non-painted plastic, this is all silver painted. So you kind of get, I guess depending on how you look at it, if you're looking for G1 cartoon accuracy, it's not really going to give you the color palette that the MP08 model actually had for the original release. You're getting, again, instead the comic book colors here. But for my tastes, I think the silver paint really pops on this figure, and it's, I actually prefer this, to be quite honest with you. Now, if you are looking for the official MP08 or the G1 accurate colors with the matte gray plastic and the black paint instead, that's actually been announced as a release option coming out this year. Same KO company, they're just basically responding to the fans, and quite honestly, it's a little surprising. It would have been surprising if they hadn't released it in the other alternate colors, because this model is phenomenal. They KO'd this like a champ. Very happy with this. We'll get into some more details on it, but if you're looking for more of the official G1 colors, they are coming out. But today, this is what we have. Let's go ahead and take a look then at some of the accessories that came in the box. So we did get the instruction manual, pretty standard stuff, nice graphic or photo of the figure, Reximus Prime, all that fun stuff. Accessory breakdowns, they have battery installation instructions, which is pretty nice. This is a transformation that's been around for years now at this point, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. There we go, and a nice drawing there of Rex himself. Collector's card, same graphic, specs, bio, all that fun stuff. You can take a look at that if you'd like to. Oops, hopefully that gets in focus. There we go. Getting back to the accessories, we do have an alternate head sculpt, which basically I think is more of an IDW interpretation. So actually two screws in the back of the head. You just pop those out, and then you can pop this mask on instead. And it has sort of those sculpted teeth there. A little more angular, obviously not G1, but works with the same, eyes and the eye gimmick that flips up and down, so you can adjust the colors there as you want to. And I'll show you that in a little bit. We do get two different crowns, one for each size head. There we go. And then we do get the gun, which I have in his hand already, and then this sword here, which has a nice sort of red chromed finish on the handle, clear orangish plastic going up, and just like the gun, they do have the clear plastic handles, so the light up feature and gimmick does work. It comes included with batteries already installed. The sword actually will show the light up gimmick a little bit more. The gun really doesn't show it off at all. In fact, I'll try to show it to you here. Oh, that's turned on. And as you can see, I mean, it's really, there's nothing popping up. But, of course it helps if I have it turned on. So there is the red light. Let's see if I can get some lights turned off in here to see this better. Yeah, I mean, you can really see there's nothing popping up on that handle or on the gun. The sword's a little bit better, though. Yeah, so that's turned on. Maybe it may not even be showing up on camera too well. But, yeah, it's kind of a gimmick which I don't really care about. I never use it. It's kind of weak. It's not really the best designed light-up gimmick, but is what it is. The head itself does have the flip-up handle, so you can go from a off-blue colored eye for the G1, or the meaner-looking red eyes, which I kind of prefer. So, great head sculpt. Again, we saw the eyes there. Beautiful silver paint all over the figure. Has a nice gold chrome finish through it. The Autobot logo is still present underneath the clear plastic front. Tons of sculpted detail in there. The logo does dip down when you go to Grimlock or Dinobot mode. And there's a little mechanism inside which pushes the emblem upwards. And that's actually one point which I will show you in the transformation. I'll probably do that in a montage because it's a pretty old transformation at this point. But those two plastic clips, there's some issues there, which we'll get into. Great paint though. The chrome looks fantastic. We do have some die cast here on the claws, gold chromed, which is nice. Die cast up there on the shoulder. Some beefy, solid ball joints right there for the shoulders. Some little bit of paint in there as well. Lower area, red die cast, painted well. Red silver breakup, and then the sort of that off bluish color for the thighs, for the hands and head sculpt. Lower legs look great. Silver paint, metallic blue paints on the shin there. Red and green clear plastic, gold accents there, and then for the chrome tail, beauty, looks really good. And then we do have some red and black and sort of dark gray accents up top on the back wings there. Probably a darker silver paint there, some chromed claws which look nice. We'll take a look at some more of those details there in Dinobot mode. But all in all, this is a really well done figure. Like I said, I don't have the MP08 model to sort of hold it side by side and sort of feel the tolerances in hand. But what I will say is that it has plenty of die cast where it needs to be. It's painted well. The plastic feels great. I mean, this to me feels like an official MP in hand. So let's go ahead and get into some size comparisons here. I'm going to bring in Optimus Prime first. And that is, of course, if I get him in frame, let's try there instead. That's an awesome scale. I mean, that just works so freaking well. He's huge. I mean, it's a big, big figure. But this is much more what I'm looking for in terms of a Dinobot scale compared to my other Autobots. So, yeah, no worries about size. Him not being big enough. I mean, he towers over Optimus. He looks great. We'll move him out of the way. Let's bring in another Autobot here. And we have Ultra Magnus. And he's even taller than Magnus. Let's try to get him side by side so we can see him. There we go. You know what? They're not really in frame too well. There we go. So yeah, I mean, these guys are big boys. He's got maybe half head taller, but you know, Ultra Magnus was always meant to be a big guy as well. I mean, he's a freaking complete truck with trailer, so I always imagine him being quite large. Scale aside, though, I mean, I think these guys look really sharp together. And I'll just throw Optimus in the front there just for some comparison. That looks great to me. And then, for some other Autobots, we do have Wheeljack. Looking mighty tiny. We'll just angle that down. And then Bumblebee, just so you can see how big this guy is. So holy crap, that is a massive Grimlock right there. Or Rex, I should call him. One last comparison I'm going to make. My Dinobot collection is kind of a mismatch. I haven't really gone ahead with just one company. I actually have a Gutter for my Snarl. So Gutter was one of the main reasons why I wanted to get the oversized Grimlock, because I think Gutter scales so well right there. Let's try to get that better in frame. Gutter being bigger than the Fans Toys interpretations. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest guys I had in the collection next to Ultra Magnus, and again, about a half head taller. So now one of my complaints is, at this point, I love the chrome so much on Grimlock, I may need to get the chromed out Gutter instead and replace this guy, because the matte red, although it looks nice against this, definitely looks a little bland compared to the gold chrome. And then obviously the matte or metallic painted finishes here, I do like them, but this just looks so sharp. And here he is with Swoop from Fans Toys, aka Soar, Grimlock, and Gutter. So I have sort of a mismatch of figures, man, for my Dinobots. It's kind of my bastard team, I guess. I haven't really gone with one company, as you can see. But nonetheless, this is my this is my actual Dinobot team I have so far. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I know it's not what most people are going for. A lot of people have gone strictly Fans Toys, or maybe Gigapower and Rex together. But yeah, I went kind of I kind of went down every single path to see what I liked. I think they look pretty good together. Obviously, it's a mismatch of reds. Red chrome versus no red chrome on these guys, which is another argument as why I want the chromed out Gutter instead. But yeah, I think they look pretty good. And oh, that breaks my heart. Broken panel. That's Grimlock in robot mode. I think he looks great with the rest of the Masterpiece figures and third party alike. So for $150 and two different color choices coming out in the near future, I think this version of Grimlock can certainly fill that gap in your collection if you still need that for your Dinobots. But let's go ahead and get them transformed. I'll probably do this in a montage to speed things up. It's a pretty well-known transformation, so. Alright guys, so one thing I wanted to point out right here, this is the little connection that I had spoken about, which pushes the Autobot logo up. And as you can see, I've had one piece of that two-pronged plastic break off. And not sure if anyone else had that issue. Happened to me though. I did try to re-glue this piece back on, but for whatever reason, the tolerances on this connection for my figure were so freaking tight that when I pulled the torso upwards, it was basically jammed in place and I couldn't actually get it to unlock. Yeah, a little bit of a bummer. Quite honestly though, I really only need one prong in there to actually push the emblem upwards for the gimmick, and it still works pretty well. But something to be aware of. Don't know if it's a reoccurring issue, but nonetheless, happened to me. Alright, back to the transformation. And there we go. So there we go. That's the transformation. Again, nothing different from the MP08 model. It's just obviously a bit larger to handle, which is kind of tricky on camera. But yeah, it's a nice modernization of the original G1 toy transformation. So let's go ahead and get a couple comparisons in here. I'll just bring back MP10 Optimus, which again, I think that's an amazing scale. I think that's exactly what I wanted out of an MP Grimlock. We'll bring in MP Magnus. So again, you can see just how big this guy is. There we go. And there's my Dinobot team so far. A little bit of everything on the table here. We got a KO Grimlock, we have a Gigapower, and we have a Fans Toys figure all mixed together. So I think they look pretty good together. Plastic, obviously not matching, chrome not matching. I still like how it looks, and I think Reximus Prime actually scales pretty well with both Fans Toys and Gigapower. So no matter how you're collecting, there's a pretty good representation there for you. And just to get a masterpiece in here, an official, there's Wheeljack. So you can see how he looks with the whole team right there. Let's take a look at the actual Dinobot mode here. Man, he looks amazing. Great paint. Again, the silver looks fantastic all around. Obviously, a lot of the gold chrome still reads very nicely, you know, throughout the robot itself. We have those nice red and black accents along the torso there. Silver chromed and sharp claws and silver chromed and sharp teeth. He does have the blue and red eye gimmick, so you can still flip this open, rotate the eyes around, pop that into place. Spring-loaded mouth, which he still has that button on the side there to release the jaw mechanism there. I love all the detailing inside the neck portion there too. It's so clean, so well done. And again, that nice silver chrome there in the tail with the silver painted tail tip, which is kind of odd. I'm not sure why they went that route, but there we go. Oh, and then also that wonderful, really well done Autobot symbol there. I mean, it's lined up very cleanly. Good stuff, guys. Very impressed. There we go. If you're looking for a masterpiece scaled Grimlock to fit your collection, this was KO'd and oversized to perfection. You will not be disappointed. MP08, the original Grimlock, was a fantastic mold. These guys went ahead, remade the entire figure from the ground up, upscaled it, and they kept all the tolerances, the plastic quality, the die cast, the chrome, the paint. It's all done and reproduced so well in this oversized knockoff. So if you're not opposed to knockoffs, this is a killer figure. Well worth your time and money. I would say this will fit my needs for the time being until maybe I see what Fans Toys and Gigapower do for their official, well, not official, but their interpretations of the figure. But I am quite happy with this guy. He looks great. He fits the part. And definitely pick him up if you get a chance. Oh, and again, keep in mind, there is the black and non-silver painted version coming out in the near future. I think April was the listed expected time frame on tfdirect.com. So there will be other options for color palettes. Just keep your eyes open for that. But I believe he's still in stock. Awesome figure. Pick him up. Have a great day, guys.